You know, I've been on the platform, on the YouTube platform, if you will, for the last 7 years now, almost 7 years. And I've seen a lot of stuff go down in my time here on the platform, here on YouTube.com. I've seen crazy shit happen in the community that if I were to tell you, you would probably say to yourself, holy crap, how did that even happen? And sometimes I wonder the same thing as well. I've seen people over the years complaining, bitching, moaning, ranting, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Whether it's here on YouTube, whether it's on Twitter, whatever the fuck it may be, whatever social network you use, what have you. Keep this in mind. I'm going to be very honest. I was not planning on uploading anything today on Sunday. Being that today's my day off, was my day off from work, basically, and I decided to, you know what, let me enjoy my Sunday, let me relax. But I realized, it's SummerSlam week. I know a lot of podcasters, a lot of YouTubers are going to be in full effect this week. Full fucking effect. And just hitting the booth, recording their videos, uploading stuff here and there, so I might as well be in the mix, right? Get in the mix of things and shit like that. Hopefully it matters. I hope. But today I go on Twitter. And I've seen I scroll through Twitter. And I've seen a lot of people complaining, bitching, moaning, whining, ranting. And you would think it would be because, I don't know, maybe Vince McMahon is not behind a certain wrestler, right? Or maybe because, I don't know, Cody Rhodes said something stupid once again, or some shit like that. Or maybe because, I don't know, another wrestler in WWE or in AEW said something that got people just woke, if you will. No, none of that. Again, I've been on this platform now for almost 7 years. God damn it. Holy shit. I thought I would never, ever see the fucking day where people are complaining, of all things, about a fucking video game cover. WWE2K20 is coming out in October. And 2K uploaded a video, I guess on their Twitter handle, I guess also on their YouTube channel, what have you. I saw the video on Twitter. And I guess they leaked it out early, whatever the fuck it was. And I guess it's revealing the cover, basically. And you see both on the cover, it looks like, basically, from what I got from it, basically, it's Becky Lynch and Roman Reigns. And oh my god, when this came out, oh my god, the floodgates were fucking open. Holy shit. I've never seen people complain, whine, and cry over a video game cover. And these are some of the stuff that I found that were, again, the most cringeworthy shit. You probably think to yourself that these people, they grew up laying flat on their stomachs, watching marathons of Sex in the City, some shit like that. 2 tweets that I saw, and I just felt like, oh my god, this is the most cringeworthy shit. The first one says, in quote, and I'm going to speak it in dork, if you will. Again, I speak English, I speak Spanish, and I also speak dork, believe it or not. End quote. Becky, I totally understand. But woman? Why does he have to be on the cover? Becky actually did things, big things, this past year. What has Roman done? Oh, that's right. Feud with Shane McMahon. Pretty sure that ain't worthy enough. That ain't worthy of being on the cover of a video game. And he posted a fucking emoji of a confused face. I'm pretty sure he's confused about a lot of stuff in his life. And a picture of a facepalm. I'm pretty sure everyone is facepalming the moment they read this tweet out, while they scrolled through social media today. This other person posted the following in quote. Honestly, Becky is more deserving than Roman. I am sorry,
But cancer shouldn't be the reason he got the cover. He needs to earn it, and Becky has. I am sorry. I just don't think Becky should have to share the cover she has had to share, just like everything in her career.
Apparently this person misspelled sorry. I am sorry that you have, again, spelling problems and shit like that. I am sorry that you are probably the product of two fathers or two mothers. I am sorry that you weren't brought up right. I'm sorry that you probably tried at once in your life eat cereal with a fork or eat spoon with a fork, but that's just around the point. This is the shit that I've seen today on Twitter, and it's very fucking disgusting, y'all. I said this a long time ago, a couple episodes ago actually, here on Around the Point. The internet wrestling community in 2019 is officially become the soy boy community. The butthurt community, if you will. The crybaby era, if you will. And it's sad. It's fucking sad. All this and more, guys, today. Again, I'm supposed to have off today as far as video uploading, but here we are anyway. Guys, all this and more on Around the Point today. I'll be right back momentarily. It's SummerSlam week, guys. That's right. It is officially SummerSlam week. Like I said earlier, I know a lot of YouTubers and a lot of podcasters are grinding right now this week just to get those numbers up, just to get those subscribers up and all that fun stuff. But like I said before, we are in a sad state right now. We are in a fucking very, very sad state right now. I never thought in a million years I would see people complaining, crying, and moaning over a fucking video game cover. Like, look at this right now. This is WWE2K20. AJ Styles on the cover. Someone that everyone fucking loves, they admire, they think he's the best, right? And I open the disc. Yeah, here's the game. Here's the disc right here. It's the same disc, the same information inside the case. The features are the same, basically, right? You have your career mode. You have your, I guess, my journey, I guess. I'm assuming that's what it is, right? With Daniel Bryan, or I'm sorry, the showcase mode. You have the community creations. You have my universe mode, I'm assuming. Again, when I play this game, I'm usually playing just exhibition matches or the Royal Rumble or stuff like that. I'm not really big on the freaking showcase mode or the 2K Towers or the, again, stunning visuals and shit. Yeah, I'm just playing the game for the sake of playing the game, if you will. Also, the fact that I'm part of a CAW Fed with my homie Travis. He runs a Fed called CAW of Honor, COH. If you guys have a chance, go check that out. Travis uploads a lot of good stuff. But yeah, that's basically what I do. Okay? Now, again, on the cover, AJ Styles. On the cover of 2K18, Seth freaking Rollins. Again, it was great. Awesome, right? Fuck. On the cover of 2K17, it was Brock Lesnar. I probably forgot who was on the cover of 2K16. I want to say, if I remember correctly here, if I can find out who was on the cover of 2K16 here, I want to say, yep, it was Stone Cold Steve Austin. It was Steve Austin. The cover of 2K16. Stone Cold fucking Steve Austin. But yeah, people are so upset now that, oh my God, Roman Reigns it's apparently still in the spotlight of Becky Lynch. Again, be upset if fucking 2K, right? If fucking 2K were to, I don't know, remove a feature in the game. Be upset if, I don't fucking know, if 2K were to, I don't know, not have a certain wrestler in the game. I remember when 2K16 came out, people were mad that they didn't have in the game Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, or Bayley. At a time when they were coming up, and even Becky Lynch. And people were mad. People were like, "Oh my god!" How? And to the point where they had to create them and shit in community creations. I'm pretty sure 2K20, this regardless of the cover, regardless of the fucking cover, they're gonna have everyone you can imagine, right? Everything you can imagine, all the characters, the movesets, the same thing, another showcase mode, a career mode, what have you. And again, but be upset if they took away something from the game. But fucking hell, yo, people being upset over a fucking cover. I can only imagine how people felt when Day of Reckoning 2 came out and the cover of it was Stacy Keibler. Now, granted, yes, Becky did some big things, all the fuck you want. But I think at the same time, you know what this is, y'all? It's once again the Roman hate agenda. Because Roman Reigns in the cover, oh, fuck this shit. And the fact that people are saying, oh, because he overcame cancer, like they're belittling it, the shit. Like, yo, for real. This guy overcame cancer, whether you like it or not. He overcame giant adversity here. So why the fuck would he not be on the cover? Why the fuck do you, again, he deserves to be on the cover. Just as much as Becky Lynch is. Don't get me wrong, Becky has some good stuff too. I think instead of bitching and complaining, let's be excited that finally there's a woman in the cover of the game. Let's be happy that it's not a part-timer in the cover of the game. Instead, people from the actual roster. That's how I look at it, you know? You think about it, right? 2K17, it was Brock, a part-timer, right? 2K14, it was The Rock. It was Brock. It was 2K14, it was The Rock, right? A part-timer. 2K15, it was Cena, a part-timer, right? What did you have on 2K16, Stone Cold Steve Austin, a part-timer. I said it right, 2K17, it was Brock, a part-timer. And then at 2K, then yeah, yeah. Then it was 2K18. You know, yeah, granted, it was Rollins. It was great. Someone finally from the roster is on the cover. 2K19 is AJ Styles. Again, someone from the active roster. And they're continuing that with 2K20 with both Becky and Roman. And I say good on them for that. I say good on them. So instead of people bitching, complaining, again, it's very, very sad that you guys are. It really, really is. I swear to God, it is fucking sad. But you know what? Again, it goes back to what I'm saying. This community as a whole is the soy boy era. Is this bitching, complaining community. Which is a shame. A fucking shame, yo. What the community that I was once proud to be a part of, was proud of at one time. Look what it's becoming now, yo. Seriously. Really, really is. Anyway, guys, again, like I said, I was not gonna do an episode of Around the Point today. I had a Q&A scheduled, and no one sent a fucking question. And that's okay. I come to the realization that, you know what, Q&As are a thing of the past. They really, really are. They're a thing of the past. And I can accept that. Like a fucking man, I'll accept that shit. But here I am, at the same time reminding myself that, you know what, it's SummerSlam week. I know a lot of people, like I said earlier, are going to go out of their way. They're going to upload hella content this week. Whether it's a Raw review, a SmackDown review, NXT review. They're going to go out of their way and get their predictions ready for TakeOver. Toronto, SummerSlam, and the reviews, the live streams and shit like that. I will probably go live for SummerSlam. For SummerSlam, there'll probably be a Wrestle Companion. I'm not really sure yet on that. I gotta get, you know, what's the word with Mike and Chase and Walter and stuff like that. I am probably Friday going to House of Glory for High Intensity 8, which will be headlined by the Young Bucks versus Private Party, which will be probably both the Young Bucks and Private Party's final independent wrestling appearance before they make their move to AEW on TNT come October. So I will be there. If you're going to be at the show, let me fucking know and all that fun stuff. You guys can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteve. And if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up. Because why the fuck not? Yeah, hit the fucking thumbs up. Share the video throughout your entire social media platform, whether it's Whether it's, again, Facebook, whether it's Twitter, whether it's the gram. Can you imagine you guys posting 15 seconds of this entire podcast, if you will, into 15-second bits? That would be fucking funny, believe it or not. It'll have fun stuff. If you guys have yet to check out, last night, myself, Big Mike, Walter, Chase Oliver, all of us got together for episode 304 of the Team Heel podcast. That's right, we all got together for that episode. It was great. All four of us back at it again. I think the last time the four of us got together was episode 300. It was cool, again, to get Chase in, get Walter in. The four of us, again, just shooting the shit. After that, we're all on Skype. We talked for like an hour and a half almost, just talking, just shooting shit. And it's always fun. Always positive vibes when I'm with those guys. And again, it was fun. If you have not checked out episode 304, go give it a listen. We talked about All Elite Wrestling selling out yet another venue. Talked about Kayla Braxton apparently contradicting herself once again on fucking Twitter. And all that fun stuff. So if you have not checked that out, it's up in the video archives of the channel here on YouTube.com. Make sure as well, guys, you hit that bell icon and be notified whenever I upload a video. Because again, you want to be notified. And sometimes YouTube can be very, very salty at times. They don't let people know. They don't even notify people whenever I upload a video sometimes. I don't know why, but it just happens and shit. If you want to interact on Twitter, again, it's @HeelSteven. Use the hashtag @ATPoint. So I know this is for the podcast and all that fun stuff. If you guys, again, you guys see this fucking awesome overlay, right? It's fucking fire. It's fucking amazing. And if you dorks want awesome graphics, awesome overlay like you see right here, then look no further, guys. Head over to Twitter right now. Hit up my homie, my primo, Salrex, at SRXGFX, my graphic designer. Tell him that I sent you. Not only is he responsible for this amazing Around the Point logo, he's also responsible for the Team Heel podcast logo that you see right here. And as well, guys, again, he's done amazing stuff, not just for me, but for the likes of JD from NY206, the Solid Monster, House of Glory Wrestling, Big Mike from Big Mike Wrestling Recap Show. He's also done amazing graphic designs for the likes of OKFabe, Joe Cronin, and so many other people. So believe us when we say we are blessed to have arguably the best graphic designer in the entire IWC. The one, the only Salrex. He's fucking amazing. He really, really is. And other than that, guys, it's crazy. The last year's been going on. Even just like today. Like, believe it or not, today, you know what I did? Besides just chill at home and just enjoyed my alleged day off. But here I am making a fucking, doing Around the Point. I know OKFabe is going to be going live momentarily too. But depending when you see this with the Random Wrestling Podcast, guys, go show them some love too. So I actually got to watch, believe it or not, Triplemania from AAA. Now, before I go any further, let me just state the following right now. I am not by no means, shape, or form a AAA expert. I'm not going to talk about every single match on this card. I thought the show, for what it was worth, it was an enjoyable show. It's AAA's WrestleMania almost. They were in Arena, Mexico. And overall, I thought the show, from a presentation standpoint, all that fun stuff, was very, very good. Again, you're talking about a guy who doesn't normally watch AAA. Okay? Keep that in mind. Keep that fucking in mind, okay? I know there's a lot of guys from AEW that were on the show. I know Cody was on the show. He teamed up with Cain Velasquez, which I'm going to get into momentarily as well. We had the rematch from Fyter Fest of the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, the Elite versus the Lucha Bros and Laredo Kid. Tessa Blanchard as well was on the show as well, and I'll get into that momentarily too, guys. Again, if you have not watched Triplemania, go give it a watch. More than anything, if you just want to skip through the matches and shit, just give it a watch. They present their shows very differently. It's basically, again, it's in Mexico. They treat their stuff very differently. For them, wrestling is like a fucking religion, basically Lucha Libre. They had between the show, what I thought was pretty cool, I guess at times, they'll have this guy, like this hype guy, come out after every single match here and there, talk about sponsors. They did a Hall of Fame ceremony on the spot for Silver King, who passed away a couple months ago. They brought out his son, family members, stuff like that, which I thought was pretty cool. Again, it's very, very tradition almost, if you think about it. Again, which I thought was very, very cool. But again, the show, for what it was worth, if you've not watched it, go give it a watch. Even if you don't speak English, like if you don't speak Spanish, like the commentary here, I watched it in Spanish because again, I'm Hispanic, so I can't understand Spanish. I'll say this though, to me, what was kind of cringe in a way was the commentary. You have Ugo Savinovich, who was part of WWE a couple years ago, and I'll say this as an Hispanic, hearing him do commentary is arguably, in my opinion, one of the most cringe-worthy things I'll ever fucking listen to. If I could, next time, if I ever watch a AAA event, if he's on it, I'm putting the shit on mute. Because I can't bear the guy. The guy's kind of like over the top with his shit almost. But it's not like a Mauro Ranallo or Mauro when he goes overboard. It's cool, it's unique. When he does it, it's kind of cringe. And maybe because, you know, it's in Spanish, and me being Hispanic, a lot of times I get what they're trying to do. But still, to me, it was just very, very cringe. I thought the matches that I saw that I was kind of into almost was enjoyable. I did enjoy that 15-man Copa Triplemania match. You had Pagano defeat the likes of Chessman, Eclipse Jr., La Parka, Puma King, Aerostar, guys who I've not seen in a while, Drago, right, as well, Averno, Superfly, Electroshock, Monster Clown, Murder Clown, Daga, who's dating Tessa Blanchard. There's a moment in this match where Conan got involved, and he basically took over the match. He had some of his henchmen take over. Vampiro came out as well. His music played first, though. They played the music. He came out to his music, and people popped for that, too. He eliminated Conan. They were brawling for a minute there, too. And also, you had a Scorpion, but Pagano got the win, which I thought, okay, you know, again, I enjoy the concept. It's basically like a 15-man Royal Rumble, almost, where you can eliminate someone by throwing them over the top rope, or pinfall or submission. I did enjoy, also, the 7 women's table, ladders, and chair match. It was basically Lady Shani versus Taya versus Fabia Pache versus Chick Tormenta versus La Hirita, and apparently replacing who was supposed to be the champion. I guess Kira was being replaced by Hamada, right? I haven't heard that name in a long time. Also Tessa Blanchard. Tessa was in this match too, and I thought the match, for what it was. Also, yeah, Taya Valkyrie, like I said before. The match, I thought overall, it was enjoyable for what it was worth, what they were trying to do. I felt like the right woman won, that being Tessa Blanchard. So Tessa's now the new Reinas of Reinas champion, which is their women's title. There's one spot in the match that I will say, like, I felt like it was kind of like, you know, again, it wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened. Again, I felt like it was a simple mistake. There's a moment in the match where they have this ladder, right? And we've seen this before in WWE. They'll bridge the ladder from the apron onto the barricade. And you had Tye just laying there. And I guess, for what it was worth, I guess Chick Tormenta was going to, I guess, jump off the top turnbuckle onto Taya, who's laying on this ladder, right? And the ladder was going to split in half, right? We've seen it before, numerous times. And I guess Tessa went to shove her, went to push her off the top rope. And when Chick Tormenta falls, right? Instead of falling onto the ladder, because Taya missed, like Taya got out of the way. I guess it was Chick Tormenta was supposed to hit the ladder, but instead of hitting the ladder, she went right to the floor. And I felt like the ring was a little elevated, so when she fell, it felt like, oh my god, that wasn't supposed to happen. And again, mistakes happen. I don't think Tessa intentionally went to do that, but thought, again, her winning made sense because after that, yeah, people wanted to fight her. Like, yeah, Fabi Apache, who they had a match before on Impact a couple of months ago. I think it was like last year they had a match on Impact when they were in Mexico. I guess now gunning for Tessa. You also have Taya Valkyrie as well gunning for Tessa. So, again, I think Tessa winning makes a lot of sense. I said this before. Tessa Blanchard, in my opinion, is arguably the best female wrestler right now not signed to WWE or AEW. And I watched Impact this past Friday, which I'll get into right now. I'll get back to Triplemania just a little bit. I watched Impact this past Friday, or the Unbreakable show. Because it's funny, right? Impact Wrestling on Twitch, they had Tessa versus Madman Fulton, or Sawyer Fulton, if you will. But on Impact Plus, it was Unbreakable. It was live and somewhere in California. So you had Tessa in the main event of that show versus Sami Callihan, where the winner would face Brian Cage. So you notice they're doing these two things at the same time almost, right? So Tessa was basically at two places technically at the same time, which is funny, cool, if you will, right? And Tessa had a good match with Sami Callihan. And you thought that Tessa was going to beat Sami and become the number one contender because they kind of gave you that idea that Tessa, you think that Tessa would finally get a win over Sami. They had you thinking that. And it didn't happen. It did not fucking happen. But again, she had a good showing. Sami won with help of Jay Christ. Tommy Dreamer came out at the end and put her over, basically, and endorsed Tessa Blanchard, stuff like that. But I said this, to the guy, again, with me, Chase, Walter, and Mike. We were talking about this on literally yesterday after the podcast. Like, yo, we can finally say that, you know what? Tessa Blanchard, and again, Impact has done it again here. You think about it, right? Impact, some of their talent that they've made into stars, if you will, right? You think about it, is AJ Styles, EC3, and I guess if you want to say too, Tessa Blanchard. And God forbid they do not find a way to re-sign Tessa Blanchard right now. Can you imagine if Impact were to lose Tessa Blanchard to AEW or even WWE? I say AEW. And it's crazy too because you think about this as well. Tenille Dashwood, formerly known as Emma, has signed with Impact Wrestling. So you think about the matches you can make. You can look at that Knockouts division right now over at Impact Wrestling. It's stacked. You have Tessa at the helm of that division right now, right? You can even make the argument is probably going to be the face of that company, right? You have Tessa, Taya Valkyrie, Rosemary. You have Su Yung, Jessica Havoc, Tenille Dashwood now, Kira Hogan. If I didn't mention her, I'll mention her again. You have freaking Alicia Edwards, who's there. You also have, I guess, what's her name? Freaking Madison Rain. You have a stacked division. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's a very, very stacked division. And as far as Tessa goes, again, Tessa is, I guess, the star now of that company. She's the face of that company. You can make the argument. And I think at the same time, Tessa will eventually, in my opinion, be the one to, I guess, will be the first woman to be the world champion. I think they're gonna go that direction. It's gonna happen. I think honestly, it's gonna happen at Bound for Glory. What I think will happen, yes, Sami beat Tessa Blanchard again. Sami's facing Brian Cage. I don't think it'll be at Bound for Glory. I think it'll be somewhere down the road before Bound for Glory. But I think what happens is you have Sami beat Brian Cage. Little fantasy booking. Why the fuck not, right? You have Sami beat Brian Cage, right? For the world title. He's the world champion, right? He's calling rough shots on Impact. And, Impact eventually will bring it back. The Feast of Fire briefcase, right? And you have Tessa in the match. And Tessa gets the world title briefcase. And she chooses to cash in that briefcase, so to say, at Bound for Glory. And you have Tessa finally getting her moment. Finally beating Sami Callihan and becoming the first women to be the Impact World Champion at Bound for Glory. And I guess could solidify Tessa as the top star. And you have Tessa, think about this, Triple A ain't dumb either. There's a reason why they put the belt on Tessa Blanchard. Okay, there's money in Tessa right now. And good for her. Good for her. But guys, give me your thoughts on that. Your thoughts on what I just said. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I welcome your feedback. Use the hashtag ATPoint on Twitter, or if not, in the comment threads of this video. Also on the show, we had the debut, the in-ring debut of Cain Velasquez, who I thought, honestly, for what he did here, was gold. Fucking gold. Cain Velasquez, the two-time UFC heavyweight champion, has a future in professional wrestling. He really, really does. And I'm going to say that right now. He came out there, he teamed up with Cody Rhodes and Psycho Clown to face the team of Tejano Jr. and Taros, Los Mercenarios, along with Killer Cross, right? And Cain was in there, and again, keep this in mind, she's not really, again, this wrestling expert, if you will, right? He's not. But for what he did out there, he opened a lot of eyes. I think, again, he has a future in pro wrestling. And he went out there, he wore a mask, tradition. Even the people already knew who he was. People know Cain Velasquez, right? Especially in Mexico. It's funny because I believe that's the same arena where Cain lost to Fabricio Verdum back in UFC. Let me find out when it was, because I know it happened a long time ago, right? Cain Velasquez versus Fabricio Verdum. I want to find out. I know it was in Mexico, but I want to know what UFC that was. I want to know what was it actually. Yeah, it was UFC 207. It was UFC 207. That's when it was. I want to say, yeah, that was in Mexico, in the same building, right? You got to believe that, all right, basically. Hey, wait, it can't be 207. It can't be it can't be 207. It can't be. It really, really can't be. No, it's not. I know they fought before. My bad. There you go. UFC 188. There you go. They fought at UFC 188. It was basically in Arena, Mexico, the same city where Cain lost the title, basically. So Cain went out there. He got the tag. People lost their shit. He fucking did a backflip. He did a backflip off someone's back. I think it was Tejano's back or Taurus' back. Did a Hurricane Rana. Keep this in mind. Cain is not a cruiserweight. Cain is a heavyweight doing a fucking Hurricane Rana. He then went for a springboard DDT, and people lost their shit. The guy, I think, again, has a future in pro wrestling. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to go back to fighting in the UFC. I know the last fight he had was against Francis Ngannou, and he lost. So I think if you're Cain Velasquez, and I don't know how much Triple H paid him for this show, but I would consider keeping him. And you know what? Sky, I think for what he, as long as he gets better, because we don't even know how much he's training right now, but still, he has, again, a future in pro wrestling. And the fact that they're going to be at the Garden, I think, coming up in September, why not bring him into that show? I'm pretty sure they are, but again, he had a good showing here. He got the win for his team. He hit the Kimura to win the match. He hit it on, I want to say, Tejano. Maybe Cody was there too. Cody got his stuff in too, but there was that. What I noticed too, that Ugo Savinovich on commentary was fucking marking out for the AEW guys too. Way over fucking board. But then again, you gotta fucking remember, Hugo Savinovich is also the Spanish commentator for All Elite Wrestling. So there's that, okay? You also had the Elite. You had the Elite of the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega versus Laredo Kid and the Lucha Bros. I thought the match was very, very fun. The trios match. You had basically them going at it, just tearing it up. Just basically what you saw at Fighter Fest, just cranked up even more. There was the ref bump, there was like a ref bump. There was a low blow, super kicks. Mostly every match on the show had a super kicks in some way, shape, or form. It's kind of funny too, hearing the move being called in Spanish. Apparently they're calling Kenny Omega the finisher, not the cleaner. I don't know why. But again, just very fun back and forth match. When it was all said and done, the Lucha Bros and Laredo Kid got the win. And after the match, when it was all said and done, Kenny Omega got the mic and he challenged Phoenix. He challenged Phoenix for his what's it called? His AAA for his AAA championship. I want to say is the his fucking is one of his titles. I think it's his Mega Championship. I think it's called, right? I think that's what it's called right now. It's basically the Mega Championship, right? He's challenging him for the belt. He's gonna come back to Mexico. And you know what, Kenny and AAA? Why not? I think it'll be a fun match down the road. Him and Phoenix going at it. Why the fuck not? I'm all in on that. Why the fuck not again? But there was that. Then you had the main event. You had Blue Demon Jr. versus Dr. Wagner Jr. Hair versus mask match. I've seen this before over the years. AAA does this. It's very tradition in Mexico. And I thought the match, for what it was a short match. It didn't really go long. They made a big deal out of this. Again, you're talking to someone that doesn't really watch that much AAA. Keep that in mind as I'm talking about this. They both got like this crazy celebrity treatment almost. They both came out in forklifts and they got elevated and they were sterile. I thought that was pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie to you. They hit the ring. They're going at it. They start bleeding like crazy. Literally like fucking crazy. They start fucking bleeding. Like Blue Demon at one moment is just bleeding like a fucking faucet. You would think that, he has a hose in his head and shit, just dripping blood and shit. But again, the match was back and forth. Eventually, Blue Demon Jr. hit Dr. Wagner Jr. with something in the back of his head, and that was the end of the match. And by virtue of losing, Dr. Wagner Jr. had to get his head shaved. And he did. Which makes me think, hey, I have long hair. I cut my hair. Eventually going to happen, but that's no here or there right now. But overall, again, I thought Triplemania was a good show for what I saw. Again, I'm not a AAA expert, okay? I know this. If I would review AAA right now, it would be a corny-ass review. Hence why I talked about the matches that I actually cared for more than anything. But 9 times out of 10, I'm not a AAA expert. I thought for what they did here was good. You also had a cameo appearance from LA Park, who also was part of MLW with Eho of LA Park. It was pretty cool too, for what it was worth. And one thing I'm gonna assume, they don't give a fuck about royalties and shit like that. Like they're playing music from artists and shit. Like can you imagine? Like I'll give you this example, okay? They're playing these songs, again, not giving a fuck about, I don't know, probably paying fees and royalties and shit like that. They're playing songs from bands and hip-hop artists. They're playing I Love Rock and Roll. They're playing all these songs, all these hits and shit, right? Not giving a flying fuck. No fuck was given, yo. Seriously, no fuck was being fucking given by AAA on that one. And if you watch the show, guys, give me your thoughts. Did you guys enjoy the show or not? Give me your thoughts on that. I really love to hear what you guys have to say about that. But again, we're kind of earthy today, and I go on Twitter and I see people complaining about a fucking video game cover of all fucking things to complain about. Think about that for a second. Think about that. We're complaining over a fucking video game cover. That's the saddest shit I've ever fucking seen. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I know, again, this is probably a short episode. I wasn't planning on actually coming on here today, but being that it's SummerSlam week, I want to get in the mix of things. I want to get the content out there again because it's SummerSlam week. And I know I'm not the only podcast, I'm not the only YouTuber that's going to be on here uploading stuff. So here you go. Here we are, SummerSlam week. Basically, for SummerSlam week coming up, I will probably do a takeover prediction coming up, likely Thursday at the latest. The podcast will probably be Thursday as well because I'm probably going to be going to House of Glory Friday in New York. So there's that. Expect the takeover review to go down as well on an episode of Around the Point. The SummerSlam review will be live probably more than anything, so keep your eyes peeled on that too. Again, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. If you have not yet checked out episode 304 of the TNL podcast, go give it a listen. It's up in our video archives right now. We talked about a lot of stuff, including AEW selling out another arena, Kayla Braxton and Twitter, and how she needs to really shut the fuck up. If you guys want awesome graphics done, hit the homie himself up, Salrex. And again, to see why he is arguably the best graphic designer in the IWC today. You don't believe me? You can ask the likes of JD from NY206, the Solid Monster, House of Glory, Big Mike, and so many other people that have worked with Sal and are currently working with him as well. Again, whether it's graphic design, whether it's a logo, whether it's overlays like you see for Around the Point, like you see right now, hit the man up right now on Twitter. Tell him that I sent you. You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Again, use the hashtag ATPoint for your thoughts on this show and all that fun stuff. I will likely be tweeting tomorrow during Raw. Expect the review probably Tuesday morning, likely, and all that fun stuff. But that's going to be it for me, guys. I thank you all for tuning in for this impromptu episode of Around the Point. And with that being said, guys, have a good day. Have a good week. We are in SummerSlam week. But more importantly, you dorks, this is Around the Point.